Hey guys, this is the Backyard Bar and Grill. I'm boy Bosh, back from the dead, unfortunately, and I'm here with Miss Taboo. Miss Taboo, you want to say hi?
Hi, everybody.
All right. So Miss Taboo here suggested that she wanted to do a podcast before she even knew what a podcast was.
It sounded fun,
I
so.
gave her a real rough explanation about what it was. I told her it's an auditory episodic series of some kind. You could find all kinds of them. Mine doesn't really have a particular subject, but it's called the Backyard Bar and Grill because it normally involves drinking, and we normally have a lot of people going around and shit. So this is her first podcast. It's a buddy of mine that I haven't seen in a while, but we reconnected, and now we're here. Anything that was on your mind that you wanted to speak about? Quick
No,
thing.
I think your conversations, or ours, are always just whatever comes up to mind, and we just normally go
We just normally go from there. So you have a lot of books I could see in your
I do.
yeah. What kind of reading do you prefer? Like, what is your thing with reading?
I hate slow started books. It's like those stupid movies that take forever to get to the climax. And once you
Yeah,
get there, the climax is in like 10 minutes, and then it's the end of the movie. I don't know, really just books that get to the point.
like picture books.
No, just I don't know. Like Shadow of the Wind is my favorite, which is weird because they made me read it. I didn't want to read
Which
it.
one?
Shadow of the Wind.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites.
Why don't you tell us about that? What genre is it?
I don't know. Mystery?
Mystery. What happens in that one?
There's a kid and his
Mhm.
mom died. It's in Spain.
Mhm.
So there's some Spanish in there, which I'm pretty big on like Spanish culture.
Yeah.
And he just goes solving through a lot of mysteries about his past because his father is real big on it's a book about a book.
Uh huh.
And his dad owns this bookstore and he just keeps finding these mysteries in the books and he meets friends along the way and he uncovers like dead secrets and people try to kill him.
People try to kill him.
People try. There's always someone trying to die in everything.
Makes for an exciting book. Might be telling us something about Taboo herself. What's another book? What's what's another book that you enjoy?
um, I've been reading since I was little, so I didn't really have to actually start speaking English until I was 13,
Uh,
12ish.
really?
So yeah. So when you and I had met, I had just started getting the hang of English.
Well, you did speak a lot of Spanish, which
It didn't click, right?
I knew Spanish, but I didn't like it.
My Spanish is like much better than my English. Like people,
Obviously.
yeah. So you know my accent, especially when I'm mad, I'll sound like extremely. You can like hear my roots.
You start going Cuban on us.
I know you think I'm Cuban because it's like super fast.
And the light skin and the
Yes.
hair.
So I've actually been asked a lot if I'm half black, half Asian.
I could see the Asian.
I don't see the black of my hair.
I don't see the black.
Me either. I'm pretty fair skin. I'm pretty fair skin. Like so fair skin that I'm always like flustered.
Yeah.
I don't see it. But point is,
Was it ever difficult for you transitioning from Spanish to
yes,
like
to
English
this
when you were
day,
young?
to this day, I think in Spanish.
But I mean, I think you speak very, very well English.
I do too until I have moments where I literally have a brain fart. Like I'll hear some shit and I'll be like,
Well, you do ask me a lot what certain words mean.
yeah, words that you. So my English sounds good, but there's a lot of things that you'd think I would know that
Yeah.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like what word was it?
There's been like at least four of them or something. Where you either ask me what does that mean, or you send me that upside down smiley face.
The emoji, like
Yeah, like that thing.
and when in real life it looks like it's like
It's
what?
like nigga.
It's like
Do I?
okay.
I'm only college educated.
I know.
And I read level like 50-year-old books of like extremely high level reading.
Those are fucking hard. I'm still trying to read it. There's a lot of stuff that is hard. So I started ESL. So in California,
Hmm.
it wasn't a requirement to like speak English, which sounds stupid because it's public education.
Also, because it's Cali.
Well, I'm from like South Central, so literally you saw like a lot of gang activity.
Hmm.
Kind of want to say the gang kind of like owned the school, but anywho, I remember.
Someone's gonna fucking kill me once they hear this.
I remember that we didn't have to speak English, so I moved out here to Texas when I was around 10. So I was in ESL for those 2 years. They wanted to put me back, like push me back grades. So they like forced my mom to give me this like test, and
Mhm.
apparently them wanting to push me back actually made me skip a grade.
Really?
because they realized that I could read it and I'm smart. I just can't speak it as well as I should. Like my diction doesn't match my thinking.
So you were supposed to be a grade in front of me?
I was a grade in front.
You
Because when I was in high school.
Oh, so you were supposed to be behind me.
Yes, I was supposed to be behind you.
But why is that?
Because I was born in November.
Ah, oh, okay. I get
So
you.
you know how if you were born after like a certain month? Yeah.
I was born right in August, so I would just
I
put
started
that.
Head Start when I was 2.
How do kids start anything at 2?
I don't remember. I don't know. My mom probably lied and was like, I need this little girl in my house. But
You don't even know how to use their toes right now.
you have 2-year-old kids who like aren't even allowed to leave the stroller nowadays. But
got leashes on them now.
I know. Fuck around and accidentally leave the dog loose and the kid on the leash.
Which I guess I guess actually that would be a good thing to go back to, but keep going.
Yeah, so I was in ESL from 10 till I was 12, and I met you when I was around 13.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were 13, yeah.
I was 13,
Mm-hmm.
and I was turning 14.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I had just started speaking, like, English as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. My memories, I mean, that was like, what, 10 years ago now? But
That was 10 years ago.
But I remember you speaking pretty alright English at that time.
Well, what I'm saying
You're 23?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What?
How did you
Now I'm doing like the age right now. I just turned 24. You're 23.
Yes.
You're really fucking young, but we're really fucking young.
I'll be 24 in a couple months.
I know, but still.
So here's what it is. So in the senior year in high school,
Mhm.
I was 16.
Yeah.
And I turned 17 in the middle of my senior year in high school, which by that time most kids are 18.
I was just 7. I'm always the same age throughout the whole. I never experienced having a birthday in school. You know when all your friends are like, "Oh, happy birthday!" and this and that
And
in
they bring you
school.
balloons.
Yeah,
and
all
pin
that
a
shit.
dollar
I
on
never
you.
went through any of it because mine was always August 3rd before the year fucking started.
Aw, you knew who your real homies were because they gave you a 5 and they pin it on your shirt.
No, they would go on MySpace and say "Happy birthday, fool," and that's it. I wouldn't even see them.
I remember I had a legit fight with someone because they weren't on my top 8. So I just blocked
Dude,
them.
that used to cause beef.
Yes. And I blocked them.
But it would also make misunderstandings happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that corporate shit started being planted in our fucking heads. I think so. Damn it, Tom. But keep going.
So, my middle school years, which is when I was taking ESL, I read.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself to, like, read. So my mom's always been real hard as far as education goes. It's not failure isn't an option. She said failure is always an option. It's what you make of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I read a lot.
Makes sense.
So 5th grade year, I read all the Harry Potter books.
Nice.
All of them. And then that summer, I read all of the Lemony Snickets. And I loved them. It's my favorite series.
At 5th grade?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Well, the ones that had came out, because, you know, like, they came out later and shit. But,
yeah.
And I just, whatever book I saw, I just read. So, hence the collection of books that you see, like, in my favorite corner of the house. So, I got books and books and books. And that's probably, like, I've legit read over 500 books in my life.
In your opinion, do you think more people need to do that at a younger age?
Read?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I feel like, I read, but I was more of like an article reader. Like, I would read shit, like, all the time, like, stories and stuff, like, through the internet. Not but from actual books.
I couldn't, like, read articles. I didn't have to start doing that till college, and I hated it.
I could read, like, for hours. And I mean hours and hours and hours of just reading articles about anything and everything. Mm-hmm. Just reading them. That's how I would kind of get. Yeah. I guess that's how I was in taking information, not to mention shit like video games and whatever.
But I love video games.
Well, yeah, I do too. I only like specific genres though. But
I don't know what the hell I like. Honestly, I
like storytelling. I like RPGs. That's my thing.
Like Skyrim? I cannot stand Skyrim.
Well, I don't like Skyrim. But, okay. I mean...
If that bitch Lydia gets in my way one more time, I am leaving her.
Lady?
Lydia. So whenever you play, you have an assistant named Lydia, and she always gets in the way, so most people just use her as a pack mule because she gets to carry your shit. And you can leave her somewhere in the middle of God knows where.
I think my brother killed her. I don't know.
I believe it. One time I left her and I was like, I need to carry more shit. Where's Lydia? And it took me like 3 days to find Lydia. So I just
Yeah.
quit playing because I was like, fuck this. Like that Kingdom Hearts, I still don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
I'm planning on making a 9. How many games there are right now? Like probably 10. I'm gonna make like a 9 to 10 part podcast solo, just explaining that fucking game,
When
like the
you do
storyline.
that,
The
can you
storyline.
like take my game with you
I
and
have all
save
the
it?
games.
I
Oh.
know, but okay, I don't know what it is. So I had my friend over the other day
Uh-huh.
who also swears to be like the biggest Kingdom Hearts fan. He
Okay.
spent an hour in front of my TV and he looked at me. He was like, "You're gonna make me cry." And I was like, "Why?" I don't know what is wrong.
Well, I just beat you because you're on the first one. I just beat the first one. I played the whole thing I want to say like a month ago now. I went through the whole thing. So I may be able to figure out what it is,
I
but
don't know what the hell it is. I can't find Alice. I don't know what the bitch
what the
wants.
hell do you mean you can't find?
I
You're
can't
stuck
find
on. You're
Alice.
stuck in
No,
the
I don't know
fucking.
what it is. Oh, the stupid whale is still there. Monstro
Yeah.
is still there and it won't go away. And I
'Cause you
beat the
have to-
boss. I beat all
It's
that.
not supposed to go away.
They told me it was.
It never. It's sometimes it switches place, but it never goes away. Because how the fuck are you gonna go back if you have to go back?
I have to go back.
Treasure chest, Trinity marks,
I already did all that.
magic.
Pinocchio and everything.
Is you're playing Final Mix, secret enemies, secret bosses. Anyway, man, they're hearing us talk about Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I might be able to help you with that. Okay. Yeah, like it's stuff like Kingdom Hearts, and like for me it was Naruto. That's that shit that I grew
Never
up
seen
on.
it.
I was into Naruto since I was in 6th grade. You remember?
Is that how you said his last name? Are you sure that's how you say his last name?
I've known him since 6th grade. That's how I said it. He never had a problem with it.
Now you gotta tag him on this podcast.
No, I don't. He introduced me to Naruto, and it's a beautiful story.
I've seen Dragon Ball.
I've seen Dragon Ball 2, all of it. But it's
I've never
things
seen
like that.
everyone.
Like you see, like what I'm getting to is like it's like those kinds of stories that you get invested in and you stick with them for fucking years. Like Kingdom Hearts, I've been with since I was my 9th birthday.
Aww.
That's how long I've been with Kingdom Hearts. With like Naruto since I was 6th grade, so like 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Z since I was younger than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's those kinds of things that I stuck with when I was like since I was a kid, and still am stuck with them till now. Those are the things that flowed into my brain and taught me things.
Like
You get
what?
me? Like one thing I like from the end of Naruto, from watching the whole thing, letting it finish, it became this story about the idea of quote unquote ending the cycle of hatred that people do. It's like people do bad things to other people. These people want revenge, so they do something bad back, and it just other people get infected. They want
Oh my
revenge,
god, that's a waste of energy.
but that's how people work in real life. And when you look at it in that spectrum, it seems kind of stupid.
Kind of.
But you see, I learned that from that thing.
Okay.
You know, some stories are like puzzles. Like they're fucking puzzles. Like all these things that are mysteries that you really have to dig deep to fucking put two and two together to figure the fucking shit out. That's what Kingdom Hearts taught me. And Dragon Ball Z taught me that there's good and evil. but those are the things that I was into when I was a kid. Those
I
are
grew
the
up on
things.
those WB Saturday mornings.
Yeah,
That's what I grew up on.
that was Toonami for me. A little bit of Nicktoons.
Oh yeah. My mom, what was it? It was like we had Cartoon Network and she saw some of the cartoons and she was like, "Eso es el demonio," and she would turn our shit off.
My parents would not let us read Harry Potter.
My mom tried to do that, and then when she realized that it kept me still for hours. So when I read it, yeah, she was like, she can have it, you know what I mean? And my uncle tried to be like, "Eso es el demonio, que wizards, que magia, que no sé qué."
Man, my sister started crying because she had up until book 4, and my parents made her throw them away, and she loved it. I had only seen the movies; I didn't read the books, but my sister legit read the shit.
No,
And
yeah.
my parents made her throw it away because it was the Diablo.
There was a whole year, because you know I talk a lot. There's a whole year where I was quiet because my nose was in a book. My mom told my uncle, unless you're gonna keep her quiet, déjala. Because I was always curious. ¿Pero por qué? ¿Pero por qué? ¿Pero por qué? Chingados porque sí. Oh, okay.
Weren't you just doing that shit? No. Was I the one doing that today, or were you doing that through
You.
text? I do that too. I ask por qué, but I don't ask people that. I ask the universe.
No, I ask. Because you don't learn until you ask.
I stopped asking people. They disappoint me.
So,
So anything more about your past? How you were adjusting to like English and.
I mean, books helped me out a lot because I learned words. This was back in the days where you had to pull out the dictionary if you wanted to learn what a word was.
Oh, cause millennials now.
So yeah, because all you do now is still have your smartphone and like, very.
Oh, come on. We weren't too far away from that.
There was no such thing as a flat screen back then. This was back in the days where when you saw a TV on one of those rolly things, you got happy as fuck.
What age are you talking about? How old were? Like what age are you talking about right now?
Earlier, when the razor was hot.
Like when we were 13 or 14?
No, I'm talking about when I was like 10, 11-ish. Right before the first iPod came out. When people still kind of had Walkmans.
You remember that little tiny blue phone I used to have
Yes.
in ninth grade?
Was it the flip phone?
It was that little tiny flip phone.
It flipped around, huh?
No, it just flipped up, but it was like super tiny.
The thin one?
No, it was like fat, but it was like a flip phone, but it was like super tiny. When you flipped it closed, it was like that big.
Mm-mm.
You don't remember that?
So the phones that I remember, the razor, if you had it in hot pink, you were like.
I remember like people having that phone.
The
I was
Sidekick.
like, nah, I'm
I
broke.
remember the Sidekick. That shit was badass.
I remember the BlackBerry.
The Pearl.
The one that would flip up from the middle like a little Game Boy Advance.
Oh, I remember the chocolate. I think it was called chocolate.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
That shit was badass.
You remember Zune?
Yes, I remember Zune before Apple put them out of business.
Yeah.
Now that I look back at it, you know how there's quinceañeras, or there was always quinceañeras in our ninth grade year? Because that's when bitches started turning 15.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my mom was like a madrina for the regalo sorpresa. Now that I look back at it, I hold that girl out because I made her get a Zune instead of an. My mom was like, should I get her this and like an Apple iPod or should I get her a Zune? And I was like, get her the Zune. So she probably hates me for that.
I still feel bad sometimes. I remember you wanted so bad for me to be one of the people in your 15.
What happened to that?
I remember you kept asking me. You were legitimately pissed. Now I went because we were like in a kind of like a small hall thing.
I'm gonna be honest.
Did you block out those memories?
No. I wish. It was like the busiest day of my life. I didn't even get to enjoy it. Because people want pictures, and you gotta cut the cake, you gotta get ready for the surprise dance, and you gotta do all this.
It was, what was it? Now, my memory is kind of hazy. Where was it at?
I don't remember. Oh, I remember. So my mom's friend had a cousin who owned a liquor store, and they emptied out the whole liquor store, and we had the party there.
I remember. That's why it was like a kind of like a long
way. On the strip, yeah.
Yes. And that's why I remember being sitting, looking toward the exit. It was all glass, so you could see outside. And I think
so.
And I was just like, but I remember I always felt bad because you would always tell me that you wanted me to be a chamberlain. Is that what they're called? And I kept saying no. And I was like, why?
No. Like, because I don't want to dance.
I don't dance.
Whatever. Back then, I probably got my feelings hurt. Like, but you're
I'm 14, I'm 15.
But see, I hated it because, in ninth grade it was when it was cool to have your quinceañera. Mm-hmm. I didn't have my 15 till like the end of 10th grade.
No way.
Yes, because I am a year younger.
Oh, no, yeah, it does make sense.
So nobody wanted to go to mine because they were too old for it.
What the fuck? People were going to 15s after they graduated high school.
I know.
What the fuck? We're too cool for it. Just because you're 16,
you're too cool for it? Because now it was about sweet 16s.
Bullshit.
That's my math.
Right.
I was like, all right, whatever. Some people went, though. But yeah, it was an emptied out liquor store. And I looked at my mom and was like, because she told me we were going to have 15. And she was like, you know what? I got the hookup on the salon. And yo aquí en pensando, I was like, oh, damn, it's going on a big ass salon. I got the hookup. Oh, my God. I'll get there. And I didn't even find out till the day of, it's a fucking emptied out liquor store. And I found out?
That's pretty Southwest, though.
You know how I found out? Because when I went to go change into my dress, out of my dress, I walk in and I hear like clink, clink. And I turn the light on. And it's a bunch of liquor in the closet.
God damn.
Which my uncle raided later on.
Really?
Yes. So the party ended at like 3 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And my uncle, we're like taking the tables out, Tell me why my uncle decides to grab the mic from the DJ and start singing, like Vicente Fernandez and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When there's no one there.
What a fucking trip.
Yes.
What was that quinceañera that God, I feel like now we're just rambling about like our own conversation.
I told you, I was like, we can start off with something, but most of our conversations
it'll go out of there.
Most of our conversations are like that. That's not your phone screen? What the fuck is that?
It's a goddamn case.
Get out of town.
Yeah. Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, guys. Best phone on the market until the Note 8 comes out. Screw iPhone. Yeah.
Do you feel better?
Yes, because someone was just getting on me about that. I hope she hears this shit too.
Me?
Not someone.
Oh.
Not you.
You were pointing at me, so I was like, what?
Someone was getting on me about that, and I hope she hears this shit. She probably won't.
I enjoy my 7 Plus a lot.
I had the 7, not the 7 Plus. I still have it, but I lent it to my dad. What was I saying?
Something about whose 15 was it?
Oh, that you were a part of.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Wait, am I thinking about that 15 that you were a part of? Or not?
Yes, because me and old girl were a part of it.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. I don't remember whose 15 that was though.
I do.
I don't. But
oh my god, that 15 there.
I just remember oh god, this is like the one, like from that 15, this is like the
You went?
This is the picture that I remember of being in that 15. Is y'all doing the dance to the song by T-Pain?
Oh, that's a different 15.
Is it a different 15?
Okay, so that 15 that you're thinking about, this was back when the new trend was like to not have any like girls, just guys. So she had just guys.
Mm-hmm.
So we made a surprise dance for her.
Okay.
Like our friend, we're like, oh, we're gonna love her so much. We're gonna make a dance for her. Yada yada yada. That's the song. It's that I don't even remember.
Some apple bottom jeans.
Yeah, that
boots,
song.
That fucking song. That's the one. That's the one that I remember.
Oh my god, there were so many fights that night.
Really?
Because drunk Mexicans.
Yeah. Part of the culture, natural selection.
Take all the warning bottles off all the warning off the bottles. Yeah, and that was in the hood. That place was by West Orem and Hiram Clark.
Yeah.
Before it was like a game slot place or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. That was there. I'm talking about the parking lot didn't even have cement. It was just like dirt. You saw all the girls with heels, like their ankles just like hit that. Ooh. Hit that. What's it called?
Damn, man, their ankles are turning to dust.
Yes, their ankles would eat it.
God, there's so much more we could talk about that fucking time.
We had fun in high school. I had a blast in high school.
I fucking hated high school.
You just don't like people. And then you didn't like dealing with people going through that whole growing up phase. You already don't like people. And then people who don't know what they want, who don't know who they are, who just want to fit in, piss you off the most.
I remember, God, I don't want to... That's another thing about the podcast. I do my best not to say names. You get me?
Yeah, that's why when you were like, who's 15 was it? I was like,
old girl. Well, old girl's ex. He was the one
that guy.
He was the one that because one of my closest friends. He did that too. You get me?
Uh-huh.
Like the growing phase was just left and right and up and down and whatever was hot, that's what he did. And I remember I was just the same person the whole 4 fucking years. And I would just be like, I mean, it didn't make me not get along with him. But it was like to me, it was like me getting an up close look at what a lot of people, like what they were doing and what I saw them doing. And I couldn't understand it. I was like, why do you keep changing your appearance? Why do you keep changing how you behave? Why do you keep changing who you are in front of different people? Yeah. I don't understand it. Right. Like that's how I was.
I went through that in college.
Really?
Yes.
You changed?
No.
Or you just saw people?
Yes. I went through that whole thing in college.
And it would annoy me, you see? I guess like at a younger age, but that would annoy me so bad.
I hear you, because when I went to college, I go out and party, but you know how college is like the party phase in your life? You know what I mean?
I guess.
Well, you might not. But that's supposed to be the time when you like party your ass off. You're supposed to come out of it like, oh my god. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'd be the I drop off my friends like, all right, if you guys are drunk, call me. If you're going home with another guy, call me, or at least turn on the share my location on your phone.
Right.
Because it was in Huntsville.
Find it in the bayou.
And I used to make jokes because I went to Sam Houston State.
Yeah.
And they have a body farm.
What?
It's the #1 school for criminal justice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I used to tell them, like, make sure you let me know where you're at because I want to find you in the body farm.
We just got this one in last weekend.
This is fresh.
Fresh.
You know how the body swells with humidity because of water?
Yeah.
He's like, this one hasn't even swelled yet. I'm like, that one.
What is that? They had an ID on Westbury High School from the year class of 2011.
So I tell them, I'd be like, hey, let me know where you're at, or if you're not coming home, so that I at least know, and if not, I'm gonna just assume you're out somewhere getting laid, like too drunk to call me. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I was the mom. And then just call me, I'll come pick y'all up, I'll drop you off, because I already couldn't stand people my age group. Nonetheless, a room full of these people drunk in my age. I went through all that in college. I couldn't stand those things. Sororities? What? God, no. And they try to recruit me. And I told them, I don't think I'll be good in a house full of 30 girls who will touch my shit without asking.
Is that how they live? Mm-hmm. Like, really? Like, that's weird. A few people we know got into the sorority things. Man, they rep that shit like a religion.
So, I tried it for all the wrong reasons.
Oh. You see, that's... how should I word it? That's juicy podcast material, but not shit that I personally want to know. So, no.
But point being, for all the reasons that I wanted to join a sorority, I kind of did the whole thing that you do in the summer, recruiting.
Yeah.
So I did a part of the recruitment for all the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. And once it came to the actual bid day, I was like, yeah, I'm out.
So you helped them before
yeah.
you could, and you didn't even get your check.
I mean, I got my check. It was different currency.
There's only one currency. Okay, there's only one currency that matters.
But you were mean.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was.
You're a grandpa. You're like that guy that's like, get off my lawn.
I used to call myself... Didn't I call myself that?
No, we called you that. You embraced it.
Yeah, I did embrace it.
Too well.
Mm-hmm.
You adopted it and made it yours, and we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
You went all hell with it.
But what I would like to ask, and it probably would still be the case it was back then, but what I would want to ask is, now, if those things were said, would I be wrong? You get me? In two different ways.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Because you made a lot of assumptions.
Yes, I did.
So yes, you would be wrong in assuming before. So the one thing that you did law on, even though you were right most of the time, you based it off of generics. You never took the time to get to know people. Yeah. Before assuming.
I got into a place where a lot of my assumptions were right, so I didn't feel the need to get to know people because I just was most of the time right.
You just never understood the importance of intentions.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, and that now it's a big thing for me.
Yes.
Is intentions.
So you're all ass backwards.
I told you that. I told you like before. I told you that I'm more like you were, or maybe not you, but how people
Yeah.
A more, maybe, I don't want to say more naive, maybe more naive. But
it was high school.
Yeah.
But this was also back in the days before back when sweaty palm girlfriend boyfriend was still a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
I think it might have been the last of that.
You think so? Mm-hmm. The times have fucking changed. It's been 10 years. Can you believe that?
Didn't we be having our high school reunion? Oh no, that's 9th grade. Okay. So our high school reunion should be coming up in what?
In 2021.
Well, to be fair, there's not really much for me to look forward to. We already know everything. Half of y'all asses were pregnant when we graduated. What's gonna be different? You're on baby 3 now.
3? They've been on 3. I would think. Not to make judgment calls, but Weren't some women? Didn't some girls have like 2 kids already by the time
That's
they
what I'm
graduated?
saying. So actually, our class was 400 people.
I don't know.
It was like 400 and something.
I remember when they scaled us in our last year.
Yeah.
Like when they gave us
Yeah.
a number, mine was exactly 100.
My number was horrible. But my number was shit.
I thought mine was shit for being 100, but
No, mine was like I was number one in the last quartile.
in the last quartile, you was
Yes.
401. No, 301.
Yeah, whatever it was. I was like number. And they told me to. They're like, "Oh, look, you're number one." I was like, "Yay!" In the last quartile. Bitch, why are you trying to play me?
The last 25%. God damn.
Yes. So I remember that.
I don't see why I would have any business going to any reunion. You get me, with the people from Westbury. Like,
I go to be nosy.
you see, I don't care about those people. Like,
You gotta go.
no, but here's the thing.
I
When you really think about it, how many of those people did I actually interact with? I only stuck with my little group. Maybe like fucking 15 people total out of 400. I never cared about these other people. Why would I go like to a reunion? And most of these like people that I did stick with back then, I don't stick with now.
I
It's
don't
like
think I really had a group of friends in high school.
they were like you kind of went back and forth like
It's not that I went back and forth. I wasn't cool with everyone. I wasn't not cool with everyone. Does that make sense?
yeah. I mean, you knew everyone. Well, not everyone, but you knew
About.
you knew a lot of people, and a lot of people knew you. By the time you were like in 11th grade, you knew a lot of people, and a lot of people
And
knew
I don't
you.
know how that happened.
Because you made a name. Well, not a name, but you were quite loud in ninth grade.
And you know what?
Hmm.
That came from in middle school me
Probably.
me being tired of like keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
Yeah.
I didn't really have until the 12th grade year. I didn't really have friends. I never really did. I hung out with everybody. I hung out with the athletes. I hung out with the nerds. I hung out with you. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. The lowest of the low.
I hung out with the international kids. I hung out with the debate kids. I hung out with the AP kids. Everybody.
I just had my group.
The black kids. I loved hanging out
What
with
kind
them.
of group is that? The black kids?
I was
Really?
like, you know, what? They did their own thing. I loved hanging out with them. There was this one girl in particular. Me and her were pretty cool.
I wouldn't know.
Me and her were pretty cool. She was louder than me.
There was a lot of loud females
I know.
at that school.
And then, so because me and her started hanging out, you know, the group got bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah.
No, I mean, I think most people saw that for the most part, I just had my own group that I stuck with. I mean, I knew other people, of course, like, but for the most part, I stuck with my group, which at the time, I mean, no gathering of individuals, much less teenagers, is without its problems. But I was obviously like very attached to them. You get me? And
Yeah, yeah.
I was very attached to them. That was just my thing. I didn't like. I just did not care about other people, like about what was going on. Because in my eyes back then, and I think back on it, and I would probably still think the same thing. A lot of people were uncaring back then.
And I was very caring.
Yes, you were, but most people weren't. A lot
Oh
of
yeah, I
because
agree.
and I was just like, I don't. Why do I want anything to do with that? So I stuck with people that I knew were caring. Pretty much how I saw it at the time. But yeah, I mean even that's changed with those people, and I'm just like a 10-year reunion. Who are the only people I would even bother talking to? You and oop, gotta bleep that out.
I thought about
that. Yeah. My other friend that I said that might join us for the escape room, and one other. Like probably y'all four. That's really it.
So I think you and I were very different in high school. But the one thing that we had in common at the core was that we knew we were unrelatable to other people in their problems.
Sorry to interrupt, but you need to speak closer to the mic.
What's all the way over there?
Ah, you're speaking really low.
We're indoors. Well, anywho, the one thing I think that you and I had in common was that we knew that fitting in was a phase.
Yes.
Because you and I were very different people.
I do, but no, but I kind of like more the word that you said before, how that we were unrelatable.
Yeah. So we knew that, that was okay. We knew that it was a phase.
Yeah, but
everyone just went through.
I reacted negatively toward other people doing it, and you were just more accepting of it. Like, do what you want, I don't care.
That's basically it. Yeah.
But it was like me. I know I'm unrelatable.
You were more. Oh, it's just a phase. I'm gonna just avoid you until you get over it.
Yeah, I was more, like that.
Oh, it's just a phase. You'll get over it yourself.
So I just didn't want you to involve me in it, and like not you, but I mean like those people.
Yeah. So if we had a high school reunion, I don't know. I just probably want to be nosy. Like, so how you been?
You see, like that's like, oh, that cheese man. You see, like, oh, I hate cheese man.
Well, I know I'm never gonna see them again in my life after that.
That's why it's like, and you see, that's another thing. I never cared about those people back then. I don't care about them now. Why would I? And I know I'm never gonna see them again. Why do I go to a 10-year reunion?
Why not? What do you have to lose?
My older brothers.
What would you have to lose?
Time.
You're just gonna be at home.
Yeah, or doing something else.
That's true.
Or doing something else.
I go. I don't know. I just think it would be interesting to see how people grow.
I just don't.
I'd probably go. It would be
I would be surprised if you didn't go because you knew so many people back then. You have a reason, at least. Like that, the fact that you knew so many people and so many people knew you.
Oddly enough, though, I did know a lot of people. More people hit me up when I left.
What do you mean?
More people tried to talk to me at a deeper level when I graduated. Oddly enough, you'd figure that you want to be friends like in high school. You know how they say when you leave high school, no. Oddly enough, more people try to talk to me and communicate to me.
Maybe they felt like, I mean, did you ever feel like it was just too many people at any one point? No.
So you know how you say you didn't care? You took it negatively? Like you took your I don't care in like negative way? Mm-hmm. I took my I don't care positive, like, what does it matter? I don't really care anyways. Yeah. Like, what's wrong with me hanging out with like this group or that group or talking to them? It's not like they're gonna faze me, it's not like they're gonna affect me, it's not like I'm gonna be a different person. You know what I mean?
I did that for the people who did like I did see that coming from though. Like the people who I felt weren't being quote unquote legitimate with themselves. But there are these people that were like themselves, like the nerds, quote unquote. They were being themselves. I love nerds. They weren't changing every year. They were themselves.
I had the biggest crush on nerds.
Really?
Yes. the guys with the dad pants. Oh my god.
With the what?
The dad pants. Oh
dad
my god.
Pants.
Yes. You know the Carpenter Levi's or whatever. They have like, you remember the pants that had like a little part on it that you could probably grab onto on the Levi's?
No, I know what you're talking about.
That wore Skechers to school with the big shoelaces dragging. Those guys.
She's talking about young teenager right now. He's a pedophile.
When I was a teenager.
He's a pedophile.
No, when I was a teenager. Like, when they tied their shoes and the shoestrings are so long that the little bunny part.
Guys, if there's anyone that's young ever listening to this, she's inviting you, and I'm gonna put a picture so you can see just how much you would want that. And I'm gonna leave her phone number and her address because I know all of them now.
Oh my god, I have a story for that. It might piss you off though.
Is it about me?
No.
It involves me?
No. It's about what someone did to me.
Why would it piss me off?
Well, maybe it wouldn't piss you off. So there was this guy who I dated, right? And we broke up, and he was hurt. So this nigga here decides to have a picture that I sent him. It wasn't nudity. I was not naked. I was wearing a shirt. But most girls, you know how they walk around their house like in just a t-shirt? I was wearing undergarments, but it was just a t-shirt. And I wore like Spanx. So, Spanx are little shorts. They're really little tight shorts. Kind of like what volleyball girls wear, but shorter.
Yeah.
So, he was like, oh, send me a picture of you. So I sent them a picture on Snapchat.
Okay.
And it was me in the t-shirt. And I don't know if he assumed that I was naked under the t-shirt. I don't know. Point is, I break up with the guy, right?
Yeah.
He's blowing up my phone, talking about take me back, I miss you, I love you, you don't understand. And I'm like, look, I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't love you. We've only been talking for like 6 weeks. I don't love you. I'm sorry. He was like, how could you say that? And I was like, I don't love you. I'm not
I'm trying to figure out what you're going towards. Like.
So he got mad.
Uh-huh.
And one day I wake up.
Okay.
To 236 dick pictures on my phone.
Oh.
And like 300 missed calls. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So I go to one of them. And this guy is like, hey, I saw your ad. Add me back. And I was like, what the fuck? So
wait, ad?
Ad. So I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, really? He was like, yeah, but I want more pics first. You can't see your face. And I was like, okay, baby, send me the link, and I'll put more pictures just for you. And he sends me the link. This nigga here posted my picture on Craigslist, on Escort Babylon, on fuckforfree.com, which I didn't know was a thing, and all these other websites. He posted that picture with my real cell phone number, with my real name, with my real email and my real Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram names, with all these subtitles like, will fuck for free, I love to get down and freaky, anal is my favorite, give me some drugs and I'll have fun.
Is this something we should be putting on a podcast?
Well, I already reported it to the police.
Oh.
But this was 2 days before my interview with HPD.
Wow.
And he knew I had an interview with HPD.
Wow.
Mind you, HPD checks every internet database with your information.
How did that turn out?
I didn't get the job.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I found a police report, but they said that they couldn't determine. So I didn't get the job.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
Moral of the story, please don't do that. I wasn't naked or anything. And that's the messed up part. They were like, we can only charge them with so much because your face isn't on there. And we can't call it vengeful something because you're not naked.
Mm-hmm.
The most you could do is put a do not contact. And how do you know it's him? And I was like, because I only sent that picture to him. And they're like, can you prove that? No.
Wow. I was just going to do it on a video.
So I was like, what the? I was so mad. Like, why? My cell phone number, seriously? So for the rest of the day, I was getting all these phone calls. And I had to walk into T-Mobile and get my shit cut off. And, they ask you why, because if not, they charge you. And at that moment, I received the call and I put it on speaker. And I was like, this is why.
Mm-hmm.
I got pictures of guys. I got pictures of guys with their wives. I got pictures of, like, dykes. I got all these pictures. This one guy's shit looked like a detour, a head arrow.
Really?
Yes. Like, when
picture that, guys.
You know how
they we have an audience, right?
Yes. So you know how on the signs, when there's, like, a sharp turn ahead?
Uh-huh.
I swear. I was like, oh, my God. What the hell?
You just figured out a whole new world.
Yes.
Of purpose.
So you know what I did? I forwarded it all to him, and I was like, and these are all still better options than you.
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about that?
No. Well, no. Just forget I asked. I don't care.
The moral of the story, please don't put my information out there.
Well, I mean, with me, it'll be different because your face will be out there.
Oh.
Okay.
There's a special place in hell for you. I hope you know that. It's not even.
Yeah, it's called the throne.
Oh my God. My mom found out.
Really?
I took screenshots and sent it to his mom. Not the dicks, just like the amount of recipients that I had.
Some people, man.
I was like.
Some people, like.
And then he had the audacity to be like, it wasn't me. So the police officer, I told him like what happened because you know how to make a police report.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was pretty pissed.
Who was?
The police officer. Because he was like, I have a daughter. I can only imagine. So he called him, and like he called him, the detective called him and was like, "Hey, was this you? I need your side of the story." He gave it to him. He was like, "Yeah, you're lying." So.
Oh, detective fucking knows.
Oh yeah. So long story short, I have a do not contact on somebody.
Well, it's sad because now I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just people I've met or maybe people I've seen. It seems like that's happening a lot.
What?
Not that
Penis pictures?
not that people have a do not contact, but that they need
Oh.
one.
Yes.
Like, and I'm just like, it's because I'm a guy, and in my head I'm like, what makes a guy go that far? That a woman needs to do that much? I don't understand. I've been in love and I have not gone that fucking far. I would never even
I
think
was
about
telling
it.
my mom that, and my mom's from like a different time, from a different place, and she was like, "Es que es tardío," and I was like, "No, there is no excuse," and I'm sorry. People who say stuff like that make it okay for men to think that they can get away with shit like this because you're a guy, and that's not
Enabling.
okay.
Enabling.
Yeah, like the whole, teach your sons what no means versus teach your daughters what to wear and what not to wear. It's that thin line.
Mm-hmm.
Like there shouldn't have to be that conversation.
Yeah. No, no. I don't get it. Like,
And it was the ugliest guys too. Like I'm talking raunchy. This one
I,
guy had a lawnmower tattoo down
I would. I don't know what to say about that.
This one guy had a.
I don't want to know about these guys. Damn it. We don't want to know about these
This one
guys.
guy had a swisher behind his ear.
Okay. Let's go along with this, guys. Let's go on this ride. Let's go on this roller coaster.
Nah, I'll leave it alone.
Any more interesting episodes you wanna before?
I don't even know. That shouldn't have came up, but it did.
Yeah, you might want to tell me if you want me to edit anything out.
Nah, you can leave it there. I hope that bastard hears this.
But you don't want me to tag you on it.
No, don't tag me on this.
Okay, so what? He won't even know it's him.
He's blocked.
He'll never hear it. Well, no, he could go on YouTube, but
I'm gonna unblock him and be like, here, and then I'm
motherfucker. Right now, I didn't say that. I don't want to make no enemies out of your enemies. I don't
He's not my enemy.
I don't want to be no part of nothing.
He is not worth my energy to be my enemy.
So we're about to reach that. Well, it's about 53 minutes in.
Have we really been talking for an hour?
Yeah. You see how it just kind of goes?
But okay. I couldn't talk about the same subject for an hour.
That's fine. That's what freestyling is. But that's why I say sometimes it's better to have a subject.
I can't rhyme and you want me to freestyle.
Huh?
When you told me freestyling, I was like, I can't even rhyme. How am I supposed to freestyle for an hour?
Do you know how to talk for Well, I know you know how to talk for 5 hours. Goddammit, a podcast is no problem for you. Now sticking to one subject, I understand that, but you see, that's why sometimes I do want a subject. Like the one I was gonna suggest. Remember, I said I'll go back to that later.
Well, let's do it. We got 10 minutes.
It was gonna be the baby thing. Because you've had a lot of things to say about that. You have a lot of opinions on that. But I feel like that's a long talk in and of itself. That's why that would be a podcast for itself, one subject.
That might be when we're the more the merrier.
Yes.
Because you need different opinions on that.
And another podcast I did, I think, in another episode I did, me and Butters, I
in
forgot
a
what
nutshell, my thing is, just because you're a woman doesn't mean you have to have an obligation to give life.
There you go.
And I understand people have like religious views on that, and I understand that. But I am a being, and what separates me from animals.
A being.
And what separates me from animals is the ability to have logical thinking, and that is my decision if I do or don't. Because when you're raised Hispanic, it's like all these like old school beliefs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially first gens, because I'm a first gen. So.
Everything has a label now, goddammit.
It's expected for a girl to have a kid. Literally expected.
Yeah.
And
I think, well, that is definitely the majority of the time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, a woman not wanting to have a kid is taboo.
Yeah.
At least in my cultural background. My thing is, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I have to have a kid. I know and I get it. That's
Do you think it has to do because of these like quote unquote gender roles that women are supposed to do this and that, including having a child.
Well, if a man could have a child, it wouldn't be expected of a woman.
Yeah.
So it kind of can't not be a gender thing.
Yeah, I guess that was a bad one. Bad example.
I think it's just more of tradition. Because back in the day, you had kids to make your life easy. Of course, the first like 7 years would suck, but once your kids get older, your life gets easy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Do you think having kids is only tradition? That's it?
and survival.
And survival.
I mean,
You had this thing that you don't. Well, like I mentioned before, that you say you don't need a kid because you don't need a kid to make you happy. So that's why you don't want one. Is that the main reason?
I don't have the want for a kid.
Okay.
So a lot of people say like, when a lot of people hear that I don't really want a kid, most answers that I get is, oh, it's because you're young.
Yeah.
Or it's because you're young, or oh, it's because you haven't fallen in love yet, or oh, because when I was your age I didn't think that way either, you know. And then there's the other ones that are like, well, then what's the point? Or there's other people that say, well, I could not have a kid because who am I going to pass everything down to? So more of like that ulterior motive in life. I don't have that. I'm fine.
That's kind of like the thing, like your thing with kids, where people tell you, well, it's because you're just not in a situation, like your circumstances aren't where they're at for most people to want children, and that's kind of how I see, like, I guess right now with the thing like about being in a relationship. I often tell myself I don't think I want or need to be in another one. And people tell me, well, it's because you haven't found the one, because you're still young and this and that. But I'm like, yeah, but I think I'm old enough to make that decision for myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I don't think anyone should be able to tell me that I'm crazy or that I don't believe what I'm saying.
It's just all subjection because most people's answers to why they had kids is because they wanted somebody to love, or because they wanted there to be meaning in their life, or because they wanted someone to give them purpose in their life, which purpose and meaning is a little different.
Yeah.
So, but my thing is, if I were to have a kid, I would want to have it, like I told you, to replicate a love.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the kind of person that I'd be fine with just me and my significant other. I don't need to have a kid. If I were to have a kid, it would be solely because I would literally want to replicate what I have. Because let's be honest, I'm a handful.
Yeah.
And I would be making another potential handful on top of me. I can't even handle myself sometimes.
And it's just like I said, like when we were last having that talk, is like a kid from you.
Oh my god.
God damn.
It'd be dangerous because it'd be too smart for its own good, probably. With the mouth.
With the mouth, yes.
With the mouth.
At 3 years old.
It'd be the sassiest little thing out there.
Kids are learning to talk a lot younger now, too.
My goddaughter is the most beautiful thing out there. She is only 2. She could probably put the mouth on that girl.
Well, we've hit the 1 hour mark, so you want to keep going?
Nah.
Think it's enough? Miss Taboo? Because everything you are and believe is taboo.
It's taboo. No, it's more like I don't have taboos.
That being a taboo.
Exactly.
So it goes to what I'm saying. Everything you are or are not.
Well, yeah.
Everything that you believe or don't believe is taboo.
Yeah.
What a grab of like the many things that you could have picked.
You pointed it out.
I happened to be saying the word and you just went ding 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 ding. That's what the fuck I am. Taboo.
Well, it's just taboo is man-made, and it's okay to challenge.
I think discluding simple morality, like things like killing is wrong. I think some things like that aren't really man-made. They might be at least not socially constructed, but like at least if you mean man-made by the mind, then yeah.
No, I mean more like society.
Yeah, societal like constructions.
And societal
is
just a construct that was built to maintain structure.
Yeah, so that in that sense, yeah, man-made. Yeah. I agree. So that could have been a fucking this subject right there. Why does it take an hour to get there? Anyway, guys, another time. This is boy Bosh, Miss Taboo. She doesn't want me to tag her on this, so you'll never know who she is. And we'll see you next time on the Backyard Bar and Grill.
Definitely next time. Next time, we'll definitely have more drinks.
Oh, yeah. Because I never do these while sober. Well, I've only done one with my sister.
Oh, I've only done one.
Yeah.
Ever.
So it's called the Backyard Bar and Grill for a reason.
I know.
All right. So until next time, guys.